Alright, so today's book is also not a memoir. I don't think I have another memoir lined up for another decent amount of videos. So y'all get a break from my nerdiness and geeking out over stuff. So today's book is called Sunkissed by Katherine Anderson. Overall, this book was actually a pretty cute read. I'm not gonna lie. I bought this book because I thought there was gonna be some spice. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean. And honestly, they only have sex once, and it's not toward the end. So, my husband was like, "Dang, that's a slow burn." I'm like, "Yeah, it is, very much so." So anyway, it tells the story of a woman who owns and showcases horses. She went through a pretty nasty divorce, and it turns out that the ex-husband is basically still after her and the money and everything like that because she's pretty well off. So it tells of how the ex-husband was abusive and just a jerk, honestly, and how she finally got up the nerve to kick him out, and they're getting divorced. Or are divorced, not getting divorced, but aren't divorced. So the main guy in the story is a vet, and he meets her at a rodeo, of all places. Another man is putting his horse into the trailer, and he's being kind of mean to it. And so that's kind of how she steps in. She steps in to try to help the horse, you know. And so it turns out that the guy is drunk, and he's just beating on his horse. And so, so the guy pushes her, and it leads into a physical fight and all that good junk. And so the main guy sees it and steps in to help, which is how they meet and all that good junk. I'm awful with names. I think the main guy's name was like Coulter or something like that. Colton, something like that. Either way, so So later you find out that the horses are being poisoned. And so that's actually how the main guy, like I said, I think his name's Coulter. That's how he stays in the story because their vet that they were using either retired or is going on like a trip or something. I don't remember. And so he's basically the replacement vet. So anyway, so that's how he stays in the story, and that's how they meet and all that good stuff. So I started this book on June 22nd, and I finished it July 8th. So I started this one right before I started my new and current job where my reading time is not as limited. Yay. So in fact, a couple of books coming up I finished the same day because during all my training stuff they couldn't get like adding me to the system and all that, and it was like they couldn't get it to work. So so most of my training days or whatever, I couldn't do nothing. So I would basically just sit and read. Unless it was something that I needed to watch or I needed more training on. So, anyways. So like I said, overall this book was a pretty cute read. But honestly, I was kind of about whether I'd read it again. So, y'all know the drill. This book did go to McKay's, which, funny enough, is where I found it. So, I'm kind of excited about this. I want to add something to my videos, starting with this one. I'm going to give my Goodreads review. Most of you know what Goodreads is. So, if you have one and want to follow me, my handle or username or whatever you want to call it is Julia Cooper. My profile picture is a picture of me and my husband. So, anyway, starting on this one, in this book, I want to tell you guys what I rate it and what I say about it. If I left an actual review, some books I don't really know what to say about it, so I just give like a star review. So anyway, with Sunkissed, can't get my words out there, I gave it 4 stars and reviewed it as enjoyed it. It was cute. Probably wouldn't read it again though, just wasn't my speed. There. So anyways, I'm kind of excited to, maybe if it's a book that y'all have read, I'm kind of excited to see what maybe y'all said about it. I doubt this one has been read by most of you, but hey, stranger things have happened. So either way, with that being said, there's my review of Sunkissed by Katherine Anderson.